The Lord of the Rings narrative is about the toll that power may have on a mortal creature, as well as how that power can affect people far and wide. Throughout the series, viewers may observe how some individuals react with the authority bestowed upon them, whether they rise to the occasion or become corrupted. The protagonists in the trilogy are well aware of the theme that runs through their lives and frequently comment on the concept of power itself. As a result, the film franchise has left its viewers with some thought-provoking comments about the impact of power on each of us.
From the ashes a fire shall be woken, a light from the shadow shall spring, renewed shall be blade that was broken. The crownless again shall be king.
Though hope appears to be lost at times, Aragorn's true love Arwen assures anybody who would listen that there is still a glimmer of hope, and that hope is power as long as it burns brightly. She predicts what will happen in Aragorn's life, which will lead to the saving of Middle-earth itself. Aragorn's character journey in the movie improves with time, helped by Arwen's faith in his eventual destiny to reclaim the crown of Gondor. Her unwavering faith inspires him to keep trying, giving him the ability to change his fate.
1,000 years this city has stood. Now, at the whim of a madman, it will fall.
Denethor is one of the most reviled characters in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, however he is rendered more sympathetic in the movie. Gandalf laments how the power of his rank, mixed with the pain of Boromir's recent loss, has led to Denethor's lunacy, which would mark the end of Gondor. Gandalf says that Denethor's rule represents how fleeting power may be. Great things may be done in the proper hands. However, if the wrong individuals get enough authority, there is no predicting what havoc their misuse would cause.
But the hearts of men are easily corrupted, and the Ring of Power has a will of its own.
The Ring of Power puts each of its bearers to the test, corrupting the majority of them before long. Men, as Galadriel reminds the audience, are far too easily corrupted by power of any type, rendering them impotent in the face of the utter power that Sauron's ring has. This phrase establishes early in the trilogy that most men would disappoint when given the authority they crave. Beginning with Isildur, the trilogy follows many individuals as they deal with their respective authority in various ways, the majority of whom ultimately fail in the tasks that come with such power.
A day may come when the courage of men fails, when we forsake our friends and break all bonds of fellowship. But it is not this day.
Aragorn's faith is a defining character attribute throughout the series, but it is tested at the Black Gate. After learning that Frodo and Sam had failed, he chooses to go on in the faith that they will triumph one day, rousing his men with an impassioned speech. In a time when Sauron seems to have conquered, Aragorn summons the hope and strength inside his soldiers to fight once again. Though they had no way of knowing, their bravery enabled Frodo and Sam to succeed in saving Middle-earth.
Do not be too eager to deal out death and judgment. Even the very wise cannot see all ends.
Gandalf the Grey tells Frodo that just because Bilbo Baggins has the ability to kill Gollum does not mean he should. He emphasizes the argument that justice is rarely decided by a single individual in the heat of the moment. Though Frodo didn't realize it at the time, his uncle's kindness to Gollum would determine the fate of Middle-earth itself. Because, when he couldn't bring himself to destroy the ring, it was Gollum's interference that caused it to tumble into the fires of Mount Doom. In the end, Bilbo's pity had the most power.
And 9 rings were gifted to the race of men, who above all else desire power.
When given authority, the men of Middle-earth frequently disappoint. This appears to be Galadriel's point of view when, in the trilogy's opening speech, she explains that the races of men crave power above all else, and are ready to go to any length to obtain it. Throughout the trilogy, men want power that they have no idea how to use. Men get corrupted by what they seek, squandering what they have committed their life to achieve, because they crave power rather than the good that power may offer.
There are many powers in this world, for good or for evil. Some are greater than I am, and against some I have not yet been tested.
Gandalf, as one of the most powerful characters in The Lord of the Rings, has an unusually clear understanding of what he is capable of. Gandalf realizes that there are powers mightier than him in Middle-earth in a perspective that demonstrates his humility and strength. Gandalf's acceptance of his own limits distinguishes him from the other characters in Middle-earth. Though formidable, he recognizes that he is not all-powerful and should not be. This humility saves him from taking the ring when Frodo gives it to him, and it also helps him preserve Middle-earth itself.
Even the smallest person can change the course of the future.
Though they were possibly the most improbable heroes of Middle-earth, 4 hobbits were ultimately responsible for bringing in the Fourth Age by saving their homeland from the wicked Sauron. In a time of doubt, Galadriel reminded them that their size did not determine how much of an influence they could have on their planet. While the other species of Middle-earth sometimes underestimate hobbits, they often prove to be the most powerful beings when the occasion comes, because their power lay in their hearts rather than their physical might. In the end, it is the hobbits' character fortitude that saves their home, and Middle-earth. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you click the like button so I can feel all mushy inside. Also, click the subscribe button while you are there, and then since you are on such a clicking roll, why not click on another awesome video that is already loaded up right here. You don't even have to watch it, just let the video play at 1% while you eat your sushi or something.